Marina, out of the line of fire, trading war zones for customer desires. She's strong and fierce, lifting herself higher, from shadows of the past to civilian attire.
Do you realize this is the first time I've been in your apartment?
Yep, but it's not because I haven't invited you over.
I know, but you also know that we have a lot going on right now, and to say I've been busy and preoccupied is an understatement.
I just thought it would make it easier for the guys to come get us. Give them one set of directions as opposed to two. I know they're picking us up separately, but this also gives us the chance to inspect how we look and help each other out.
I hope I look as good as you, because you look absolutely stunning.
You do as well. I think the silver and gold theme is rather intriguing, even if we are going to separate restaurants.
I don't know how you feel, but tonight I feel like a teenage schoolgirl. It's been ages and ages since I've been on this type of date, where a guy is actually making the effort to come pick me up.
Honestly, I really hadn't thought about that, but now that you mention it, yeah, I do feel like a schoolgirl.
You do realize that getting involved with someone right now could put a real monkey wrench in our mission.
It's just a date, Marina. It's not like we're getting into full-blown relationships with these guys. I just plan on having a good meal, good conversation, then getting on with whatever I was planning to do.
I know what you're saying, but sometimes feeling and emotions hit you out of left field, and you can't really control how you feel. That's gotten me into trouble more than once, but I also know that's always a possibility.
I don't expect that to happen. These both seem like decent guys, but I don't really see myself getting too connected to Jared. I will admit he is pretty hot, though.
Doug seems to be the opposite of me. I'm the fiery one while he seems to be totally mellow. But they do say opposites attract, so I guess that's better than both of us being type A personalities.
Well, they're here. I hope we both have great evenings.
I'm crossing my fingers. I'll give you a call tomorrow and see how things went. This place is really nice. You know you didn't have to bring me to such a fancy place. But honestly, I do appreciate it. It's been a long time since I've done something like this.
That really surprises me. But like you said, you were busy busting up cartels and other bad guys in the jungle. I'm sure there aren't many fancy restaurants in the middle of the jungle.
Not unless you like eating snakes, spiders, and monkeys.
Now that would be an interesting menu to look at. Even better than the Roadkill Cafe.
Yeah, but it would just be a bit more exotic.
Looking at you and how pretty you are, it's really hard for me to imagine you over in the jungle beating people up and destroying things.
Well, if you think about it, normal everyday people are in war zones shooting people and destroying things. Things that they'd never do in normal life. But they are simply doing their duty and what they've been trained to do.
I know that killing is part of war, but I can't even imagine what it would be like to kill someone. I don't know if I could do it.
Think about this. You're in an area just chillin', and someone comes up to you pointing a gun at you. What are you going to do? Every person has a fight or flight type of reaction. Maybe some people would be willing just to stand there and get shot. I'm not one of them.
It would be hard to know what I'd do unless I was actually put in that situation. It's one thing to imagine what you do, but quite another set of thought processes and emotions if you're actually in that situation.
I've been in that situation more times than I can count, so I know exactly how I'd react. Same as I always have.
Okay, so change of subject. Now that you're out of the military, what do you want out of life right now? Do you ever want to get married, have kids, and grow a family? What do you see for yourself in the future?
Right now, I'm torn between. I feel I need to do something about the situation in the Congo, but at the same time, I need to take care of myself and make myself happy. That sounds a bit selfish, but it's human. So it's really hard for me to answer that question right now.
Trust me, I understand. I don't want to try to talk you into anything, and I would never force you to go in a certain direction. And I also understand that this is just one date, and that we have no commitment to one another whatsoever. But it's been a long time since I've met someone who has intrigued me as much as you.
So I think it's kind of cool how you and Marina stayed friends, and even hang out with each other since you left the military.
Actually, we weren't hanging out at all until this business over in the Congo came up. I showed up just to lend her support and offer my services if they were needed.
That in itself is very admirable. I think that's what differentiates a true friend from a fair-weather friend. True friends do more than lip service. They're actually there when you need them.
Well, when you are facing life-threatening situations on a daily basis with people, you do develop a close bond with those people. Marina was our leader, and she was a really good one. She's also a very caring person who you can depend on. That's what I try to be as well.
You come across as very no-nonsense and kind of stern. But I feel there's something underneath all that that's very soft, feminine, and honestly a little vulnerable.
You're a very perceptive man. Most people can't see anything but the outward persona I portray. Trust me, I can be blunt and a bit brutal at times. But down deep, I am a very loving and caring person. If I was to ever get in a relationship, it would have to be with someone who totally understands me, and who has the patience to put up with it.
I get what you're saying. So, let me ask you this. Have you ever been married? Or even ever wanted to get married? I'm curious as to your mindset concerning that.
Nope, never been married. There was a time period where all I wanted was a career and had no intention of ever getting married. But as you get older, life experiences and maturity tend to adjust your outlook. So I've softened on that a bit. I mean, I'm not out looking for a husband, but if I met the right guy, marriage would be considered.
That's good to know. I think it's important to know a person's outlook and attitude toward things like that. Just to let you know if a person is worth pursuing or not, or if you're just wasting your time.
So, am I intriguing because you view me as some kind of superhero, or because of the type of person I am inside? Although I realize you don't really know me yet, I'm just curious as to your answer.
Well, I have to be honest and say that I was initially attracted to your beauty. I saw you and Kat sitting there, and I couldn't take my eyes off of you. In fact, I was starting to get a little embarrassed because I kept catching myself just staring. I was afraid you would think I was some kind of creep.
I was feeling a little nervous, not because you were staring at me, but because I wasn't sure how to react. I even asked Kat if I should smile back, and she thought I was an idiot for even asking.
That's funny. But at the same time, it's a good thing. You were receptive rather than saying, "I wish that creep would quit staring at me."
And I didn't have Kat start hurling fireballs at you. That could have been disastrous.
I guess I have a demented sense of humor, but can you image the place catching on fire, everyone running out screaming because everything is on fire? And then you and Kat sitting there like, oops.
I guess we both have a demented sense of humor, because that's cracking me up just thinking about it.
I like this soft music. Dance, my lady?
Absolutely, fine, sir. Let's hit it.
So you come across as a guy who isn't out trying to find some type of fling, but wife material.
I wouldn't say I'm out looking for that. In fact, not out looking for anything. Just out to relax and enjoy myself. But I happened to see you and Marina sitting there, and I was like, I have to meet that girl.
So you're just out doing your thing, and then things just happen. That's the best way to do it. Not deliberately looking for anyone, but being open to let it happen if it does.
That's a perfect way to put it. I would never be so closed-minded to say that no matter what, I wouldn't be open to meeting anyone. I think it's just a matter of being open to whatever life throws at you.
I honestly haven't met many guys with your attitude. That's a nice change for me. Not my normal experience with guys.
And I could say the same about you. Plus the gravy on top is the fact that you're gorgeous. Oops, I guess I shouldn't say that. Might give you a big head.
I already have a big head. I know full well I'm far from ugly, but most guys can only appreciate my looks and my boobs. You dig a lot deeper than that, which I really like. So, are you going to ask me to dance or what?
I don't need to. You already asked me. So let's get on the floor and boogie.
Ha ha ha. Not gonna boogie, but I'll waltz with you a bit.
Music to my ears, girl. Won't complain a bit.
Hey Nancy, Daphne.
Hey girl, what's up?
Guess what I saw last night?
No idea. A pink elephant, maybe? Were you drunk?
Yeah, pretty much, but it wasn't a pink elephant. It was Marina dancing with some guy and was all over him.
Well, I think it's been a while for her, for me too, for that matter. Was the guy hot?
He was pretty good looking, but it seemed it was a little more than just finding some guy to sleep with. And she really isn't that way anyway. They seemed pretty connected.
So we're talking potential boyfriend or something along that line?
I don't know, but she seemed pretty enamored with the guy. But it gets better.
Oh, really? You have my curiosity up now. How could it get better?
My friend and I left there and went to another place to get a drink. Guess who was there?
No idea. Taylor Swift, Kevin Durant? I couldn't begin to guess.
No, nobody famous. Was Kat. Same scenario. She was dancing with some guy making out with him.
Okay, so we're talking about two horny women finding a guy to take care of their needs. I'm not seeing anything all that surprising.
I guess you had to be there. Call it a gut feeling or whatever, but I think both of them found someone who is more than a one-night stand.
Well, considering that neither of them are one-night stand type women, you might be onto something, so I'm thinking that could really change our plans for heading to the Congo.
The way I look at it, the situation in the Congo could be important, but I think that a person's happiness is super important as well. Honestly, I would feel really good if they found someone who could make them happy. I'd love to find someone myself. It gets kind of lonely at times.
At times? How about all the time? I don't want to sound like a whiner, but you know that you and I are both at the age where we're feeling a little left out. I see couples at different places and feel nothing but envy. And I really don't like that feeling.
Neither do I. I saw how happy both of them looked. I wouldn't blame either of them a bit if they decided not to follow through on the Congo situation. I think if I met someone, I'd give up the Congo mission in a heartbeat.
Well, we're supposed to have a meeting tomorrow. It will be interesting to see how that goes. I think we should keep to ourselves on this info. I don't want to put any extra pressure on either of them. What happens, happens. Right?
That's the way I see it. Emotions are a very powerful thing. It's really hard to fight against your feelings. I've had guys take advantage of me because of my deep feelings for them. I put up with a lot of crap that I never should have, just because I let my feeling and emotions take over.
Plus, when you're feeling hot to trot, it makes it that much harder.
Oh, tell me about it. I haven't been with a guy for a hell of a long time. I could really use a few one-night stands just to catch up. Ha ha ha.
I hear you, girl. Same here. Now all of this has my mind wandering. I'm tempted to go to a club tonight simply to find someone to take me home.
Well, the fact that we are hybrids and have these extraordinary powers makes it that much harder. How would a guy feel if they knew I could electrocute them if I got too excited?
I don't have that problem, but I could wrap them in webbing so they couldn't leave. I don't think they'd react kindly to that.
No, I don't think so. Anyway, I just thought I'd pass that on in case it comes up in the meeting. I'll see you tomorrow at the meeting. All right?
Okay, Daphne. See you tomorrow.
Marina, out of line of fire. Trading war zones for customer desires. She's strong and fierce, lifting herself higher. From shadows of the past to civilian attire.